Since 1936, the League of Women Voters of Colorado has regularly published explanations and pro and con arguments on each of the ballot issues in every statewide election. It needs to be understood that the pro and con arguments published by the League are not the opinions or endorsements of the League. Rather, they are the arguments from individuals and groups that support or oppose each issue. We encourage you to study these opinions before casting your ballot. There are 11 measures on the 2022 ballot. The 8th measure on the 2022 ballot is Proposition 123, which is dedicated state income tax revenue for affordable housing programs. Proposition 123 is a proposed statute that would set aside existing revenue for affordable housing programs. The measure would designate roughly 2% of existing income tax revenue to housing and makes a voter-approved change to the state Tabor spending limit. Proposition 123 would dedicate about 2% of revenues from existing income taxes for affordable housing programs. It exempts that money from the state's revenue limits a voter-approved change to the Tabor spending limit. And lastly, this measure establishes eligible uses for this money. The measure would designate about 2% of existing income tax revenue to housing and makes a voter-approved change to the state Tabor spending limit. The measure does not increase taxes. In Tabor refund years, it would reduce the Tabor refund. In years without Tabor refunds, money for housing would come from the general fund. Since 2021, the state has allocated over $1.2 billion of federal money from the American Rescue Plan Act for affordable housing and services that address housing insecurity, lack of affordable and workforce housing, or homelessness. These are one-time funds that will be spent over the next several years, specifically on emergency rental assistance, homeowner mortgage assistance, tax credits for developers, housing and infrastructure, and other housing solutions such as manufactured homes. By 2040, the measure is expected to result in $5 billion in total capital that would be leveraged to both create and preserve affordable housing in the state of Colorado. This would result, in combination with existing affordable housing funding, in an estimated 10,000 affordable housing units annually and 170,000 units by 2040, eliminating the affordability gap in the state.